unusual profile. One of the very best turf milers in Europe, but since June he's only run once. He was scratched from 4 engagements because of unsuitably soft turf. As such, preparation unorthodox. He had to get a run into him at Ascot last time to put him right for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Aidan O'Brien likes to do things differently, but this would be right out of left field if he could win this with Glen Eagles. Tom?
All right, Nick. Will there be an upset? Well, only 3 favorites have won in the first 12. Stand by. Go.
Good evening, folks. We're back on the air because there is a tornado warning now in effect for Jones County. I believe there's also going to be one in effect for Lamar County shortly as well, perhaps. I don't know what we got from the National Weather Service.
I'm looking.
Here's 2 areas of concerns, folks, and we're very serious down here. The one, yes, for Jones County, for you folks in Laurel and Ellisville, and the couplet kind of in this area here, just off to the south of 84. But frankly, folks, and no disrespect to the folks in Jones County, I'm equally as concerned about an area of rotation which is not warned right now, which is just off to the south and east of Hattiesburg. The only reason I make mention of this is because there is a game at USM today. The Golden Eagles are playing right now. They're in a lightning delay. But if you have family and friends at that game, please let them know that a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for them with the tornado possible tag being used. So I did want to point that out right at the top here because we're still waiting to hear from the Weather Service on this one. But it's moving through Oak Grove right now and taking an eerily similar path to a tornado that we had before here.
Tornado warning now for
Lamar
County.
Okay.
Yeah, Lamar Forest.
Right
Lamar
there.
Forest. Until,
Again.
moving northeast at 45.
Okay.
It's over West Hattiesburg.
It's over West Hattiesburg, and again, this is exactly what I was just talking about. It's that curl right there and that bright banding that you see in green and in red. Patrick, if I could get you on the wall for this one and actually to be pointing out to folks what we're talking about.
Would you mind switching that over to take 3 so we can get some of those more populated cities on?
So we'll get over on take 3 for Patrick here.
Let me put in the IFB.
And stand by with us, folks, here.
Okay. Well, while Nick is getting this set up, right now we do have a tornado warning. You can see right in here, this is where that couplet is. So this is near King Road and Highway 98. So this is near Temple Baptist. This is where they're building that new Little Caesars. Right there near where the Sonic is, at King Road in 98.
Yeah, I'm getting you there. Sorry, we had to reload and refresh the entire radar. So hang tight with us, folks.
Okay.
We apologize about this. It'll be just
Let me get
a
a clicker, too.
I can read everything while
please.
you do that.
Yeah.
Tornado warning for northern Forest and northern Lamar until 5:15. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over West Hattiesburg, moving northeast at 45. Storm will be near Oak Grove at 425. Petal, Sunrise, East of Butchie around 430. And Macedonia around 440. Take cover now.
Yeah, this right here is a take cover now situation. So Oak Grove, West Hattiesburg, King Road, over towards Gravel Pit, all of those areas in West Hattiesburg, you need to be taking cover now. So we're coming up right there. As you can see, here's Oak Grove, here's Weathersby Road. So we have all of that area. We have the Turtle Creek Shopping Center. If you're in that area now, you need to take cover immediately because this rotation is tightening up very quickly there. Like I said, over in West Hattiesburg, near King Road and Highway 98. Nick, do you have something?
Yeah, I'm just going to slide off. I really don't want to forget about our neighbors to the north here. And we're going to switch over the radar here. Now, this is
wow, look at that.
Yeah,
that's actually tightened up.
Really tightened up quite a lot, just off to the north and west of Ellisville toward Mount Zion. And again, just north of 59, we're getting multiple reports from people. Stand by here, folks. Trying to get the latest. Okay. Ryan Moore is in Hattiesburg. He's going to have some information for us. Folks in the production booth have some information for us. But just off to the north and west of Ellisville, Highway 29 and 588. North of 588, just off to the west of 29. Patrick, if you could let folks know there what to watch out for, what to do, please.
Yeah, so right here, right near Mount Zion, this right here is a very tight couplet going on right now. So if you are if you're in your home, you need to go to that interior shelter, interior closet. If you don't have an interior closet, go into an interior hallway, close all the doors that you can, get the bicycle helmets, any kind of helmet, bicycle, motorcycle, whatever. Research has shown that you are more likely to survive with a helmet on.
I've got something from Weather Service.
Yeah.
What's Pat was talking about, circulation continues to tighten in Jones County. Now on northwest side of Ellisville, moving obviously directly towards Laurel. So.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, please pay very close attention to this one cell just off to the north. And again, because we've got two very kind of serious situations, they say that anytime you can give it above 40 knots on here, you've likely got more than an EF1 tornado. And again, we won't know until later. We won't know, but Ryan is set up. Okay, perfect. If we could take Ryan, that would be fantastic. If we have an opportunity, he is he's got a lot of wind and heavy rain. He said he's at King in 98. Just a minute. Okay, thank you, Whitney. King in 98. There you go. And he's cruising down at King in 98 in Hattiesburg, and that is what you're seeing. I don't know if we can do a double box with the radar and Ryan, but if we can, I can point out. We can't. Okay, cool. But nevertheless, that is what you're seeing in Hattiesburg. A lot of rain and a lot of wind headed down 98.
Is he heading east or west?
It looks to me like he's heading...
He's heading east because he's getting ready to come up to Petro on the right, it looks like.
Thank you. That is terrific work, Thomas, in there. And you can see back in behind me here the arrow pointing out where that is. It looks like Ryan is somewhere kind of in this ballpark, and there's your couplet. The direction this is moving is off to the north and east and headed toward downtown Hattiesburg. It's also headed toward the campus of USM. So if you know folks that are at that game, please send them a text and tell them there is a tornado warning. If they haven't gotten the alert on their phone, there is a tornado warning in effect for that area.
All right, he's now at the intersection of 98 and Walmart there in West Hattiesburg. You can tell that because the lights are no longer on a pole. They're hanging by a wire, and that's where they first start doing that. I went ahead and grabbed my tablet while I was over there.
Okay,
so
perfect.
I'll get back on the wall and
yeah, let's get Patrick back up on the wall there, and I'll try and find him a good-looking radar to pull from. There's a good-looking couplet that you can see.
What does it look like on storm relative?
Here we go. Let's look at. We'll pull up storm relative velocity for you folks, and that is a pretty tight couplet there.
Yeah, that's a pretty tight couplet. So what we're seeing right now is that tight couplet is now approaching the Foxgate apartment complex just south of 98 along I-59. So this is coming very close to USM. And in fact, if I was at USM right now at the football game, I would be leaving the stadium trying to find a safe spot with there. Go into maybe an interior room, maybe an interior bathroom under the stadium stands. That's probably your safe bet with that. So there's not a lot of spots to hide from a tornado in a stadium, but that is one of the few places that you will have your best protection is in those bathrooms. It might not be the greatest spot you'll ever hang out at, but it will at least keep you safe with that as well. Meanwhile, as we look off towards the north and east, kind of seeing some range folding. So flipping on over to the Jackson radar, you can see that rotation now just to the west of Laurel that is moving off towards the north and east. We are watching this very closely. Not as impressive as it was maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago, but it is definitely still a very valid and very tight couplet. So Laurel, take cover now, be in your safe spot. That means an interior bathroom, an interior hallway. Have the kids get their bike helmets. It's proven that you're more likely to survive a tornado if it impacts you with the bike helmet on. Also, pillows, blankets. If you have time, maybe even grab a mattress off the bed and put it on top of you. But Nick, I am definitely go back to whatever radar you was just pulling that from right there. Take a look at that. That is, you're starting to see some of the blues in here. So green is coming towards the radar, red is moving away from the radar. So very tight couplet right now. Not seeing anything on correlation coefficient with that. So we're not seeing any debris signatures, seeing a little bit of non-uniform beam filling, but that's more meteorological and not seeing debris. But definitely a very tight couplet now, right over Westover and 98, right over towards the Foxgirl Apartments, Harbor Freight, Best Buy, all in that area right there. So it's coming very close to 98 and I-59 right now. So I would say Hattiesburg north of that, Petal, Hattiesburg, all need to take cover right now.
Looks like we've got another update coming from the National Weather Service. Maybe, Rex, you can...
I believe that's coming out of Slidell.
Is that coming out of Slidell?
Yeah, that doesn't concern us, no.
That isn't concerning us.
That's
Again,
one, southern Pearl River County.
I was going to say, really quickly, folks, just really quickly, if you've got family and friends south of Poplarville along 11, tornado warning in effect for southern Pearl River County. This is technically just outside of our broadcast range, but nevertheless very important for those folks to get that information. We'll switch back to the Slidell radar and take a look at what's going through Hattiesburg right now. Do we still have Ryan out there, by the way, and is he still moving? Maybe the guys in production, we do not have Ryan. Okay, good. I'm glad that he's at least taking cover then. It looks like we're getting some rain fade here, so our ability to give you an updated radar on the air may not be the best over the next 5 minutes or so. The good news is all of us are armed with tablets and phones with the latest radar data on it. So we're still, don't worry, we'll still be on top of you, even though we may lose the latest radar data here. If we do, don't worry, we've got you covered. The last couple of scans here does put this cell moving just through the southern tip of Oak Grove. It should be crossing Highway 59 between 11 and 98 right now, and headed into southern sections of Hattiesburg. I think we could probably get Patrick over there on the wall to walk you through where exactly and what roads to watch out for and where to take cover.
Yeah, that's right now. So right here is Weathersby. So right to the east of that would be Westover. So you're coming into those shopping centers, the Best Buy, the FedEx Kinko's, all in that area, Harbor Freight Tools, Winn-Dixie. So if you're in any of those stores, take cover now. Also on the other side of the interstate, you have the Home Depot, and you start coming into a lot of those businesses in downtown Hattiesburg. Also, we're coming into, like I said, unfortunately, right at USM, and that's not the greatest situation. If you have a loved one there at the football game, tell them to take cover now. Go into the bathrooms of the stadium, because that's pretty much the only safe place there is in a football stadium. It's made for viewing, it's not made for protection, but that's one of the few spots you can take cover in there. And it's not going to be the greatest spot you've ever taken cover of, but you will at least be safe over the next 5 to 10 minutes. And I would stay in that place for over the next 10 to 15 minutes right now. If we can get Nick to move the radar further up to the north.
You got it, Patrick.
There we go, exactly, great. So areas, I would say, right at Petal, and we have Ryan's live stream back. So let's go over to that real fast to see what he's seeing at the moment.
Yes, we've got Ryan. There we go. Do we know where he is? I'm trying to get a fix on.
I can't really tell exactly
where. He's on 4th Street. 4th Street in Weathersby. So we can zoom in real close and get an idea of where he's at. So yeah, he's out ahead of this. Can somebody instruct him to please peel northwest?
That was his last spot to really go north until he goes on the other side of the interstate now.
Good. Because that is not a safe place to be right now.
He is moving east still.
Yeah, tell him to peel northwest if we can. If we've got any access to him, I need him to go north and west and away from this coupling. And if we could just do that. Again, so we've got one crossing over 59 in Hardy, near Hardy Street right now, and moving into parts of southern Hattiesburg, just across Highway 59 south of, if we go full screen actually with the radar real quick.
Nick, the rotation now is on the other side of the interstate. It's now on the other side of 49.
There we go, thank you.
So it is now in East Hattiesburg and right approaching the Leaf River. So we're getting, if you're in Petal over around Cartersville Road, you need to take cover immediately now. Get to your safe spot. Let's see, I'm looking at it on my phone, so I'm going to see if what we're seeing with if there may be any debris with this. Not seeing any debris, so that's good news there. But there is still very strong rotation with that at the moment. And what you're seeing now is some older data. due to the rain coming in, it's impacting our satellite signal to get data, but we are watching that very closely. So the rotation now is on the east side of Hattiesburg. Scrolling back up to Laurel right now, we are still seeing rotation right over the city of Laurel. In fact, we're seeing another weaker couplet now just to the east of Ellisville. And all of that's moving off towards the north and east. So Laurel, Ellisville, I would even say Whistler over there on 84. I would also say areas towards Stringford all start taking cover right now. This is a very dangerous storm. Sandersville as well, you need to take cover from this dangerous storm. So Petal over in Forest County, you need to take cover immediately. Also, you need to take cover as you go east on the Evelyn Gandy Parkway going out further past Rex.
Weather Service is tornado warning Forest County. It said the Forest County circulation over the city of Hattiesburg at this time, crossing into Petal. You're absolutely right about that.
So yeah, this right here is not this radar. The image that we're seeing on radar, not too old, but it is still about at least 5 to 7 minutes old. So once this heavy rain moves over the station, we should be able to get that in right now. Sort of the catch-22 with weather data.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in here real fast, and I want to reset for everybody what we have going on right now, if I can. With 2 tornado warnings in effect, one in effect for the city of Hattiesburg, that's Lamar and Forest County. We've got another tornado warning in effect, that's for Jones County, for Ellisville and Laurel. I'm going to pull it back, Thomas, if we can go full screen with the map here, please. Thank you, sir. And we'll put a cone on here for you guys to let you know what we've got going on. The center of circulation in Hattiesburg moving northeast at 35 to 40. Petal, Leeville, Morriston, Runnelstown, Johnson, Ovette, and Richton during the next hour. At 4:47 in Petal, I would argue that that is not correct. I would give you guys in Petal about 5 minutes. I'd give it 4:39.
Actually, I would say it's over Petal right now because our data is lagging.
A little bit old. Okay. So I'd say Petal, you folks are probably dealing with it right now. The other tornado warning that we do have in effect is in Ellisville and in Laurel, and I would argue that we probably have 2 little couplets in there. One in the middle of the warning, just off to the north of Laurel, right there, and another one maybe back toward Ellisville right there. Let's see if we can't switch over our radar to a different site and see if we can't pull in some better data. Unfortunately, with the rain we're dealing with here, we're having a tough time. But nevertheless, one just north of the Laurel, I think, is probably the most accurate one based on the data that we've got. But a warning in effect, really. If you're in Laurel, Ellisville, Glade, Tucker's Crossing, Myrick, you folks in Sandersville, Heidelberg, I would also throw in this, even though you're not on the map here technically. There we go. There we go. Updated radar.
Yeah, it's now coming in the strongest part now, right on 59, just north of town. So it's closing in on Mount Olive and Sandersville. I also wouldn't rule out Myrick being in the path of that storm, as well as Ucutta as well. Officially not under a tornado warning, but
let me see what we got going.
I'm going to say we just got a new piece of information from the National Weather Service in regards to this. My guess would be they're continuing this tornado warning.
They are continuing it for Jones. The storm is moving. It's very near Laurel, moving northeast at 40.
Okay. And again, that's going to be cruising right down Highway 59, folks.
That'd be headed up towards Sandersville, wouldn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
Headed towards Sandersville, right up Highway 11. So if you're in and around in between Laurel and Sandersville, near 59, near Highway 11, your couplet is in this neighborhood here. Please take cover now. Get away from exterior walls and windows. Put as many walls and much stuff between you and the storm as possible. Interior bathrooms, I think, are the best, because you can get into a tub, bring a pillow with you, bring some blankets with you, and get to that safe spot. We still have Ryan out there driving around. Do we know where he's at right now? Production staff might be able to get that information for us.
Nick, with regard to the storm over back in Hattiesburg, I don't want to take anything from Laurel, but looking at the Mobile radar site, the rotation is right now just east of Bonhomie and right just east of the PRCC campus in Hattiesburg. So it's about to cross over the Leaf River and going into Petal. Also, we got a viewer coming in commenting that the sirens are going off in Petal, so that is a good thing. A tornado, we haven't got anything confirmed, but this is radar indicated moving into Petal. So Petal, take cover now immediately. It's still south of 42, but it is now to the north and east of Highway 49 in Hattiesburg. So right there where Nick's got the arrow, that's where your circulation is. So take cover now. Right there near where the sewage treatment plant is over in East Hattiesburg. Not really the greatest landmark, but you do know where that is. Right near Cartersville Road.
All right, so again, to kind of reset here, this is what we're dealing with. Tornado warning in effect now for Forest County. It's moved out of Lamar County. You can see the couplet on here. Looks like it's between Hattiesburg and Petal, moving northeast at about 40 miles an hour, folks. Folks in Petal, it's time to take cover now. Folks near Petal, time to take cover now. I know that we've got a lot of folks that watch us in Petal, and I really, really can't stress to you folks, it's time to get to that safe place. If you're down 42, basically anywhere in Forest County off to the east of Petal, please get to that safe place. Put as many walls between you and this storm as possible. And anywhere points off to the north. I know East of Butchie's just off to the north of us, just across the, or just off to the south of us here at the station, just across the line. It's getting pretty rough here. It looks like Ryan said he was making his way up 59. So he's getting on to 59 is what we can see here, which is good. He got out of the path of this storm. And then again, the cell to the north, he's got reports of trees down and power out on Richburg Road.
Weather Service is saying the Jones County circulation has weakened a bit. If the current trees issue, they may be allowed to expire the tornado warning and just go with a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible wording. But they're saying now it's weakening.
Okay, and so again, that's what they're seeing right there, is that weakening as we bounce between our 3 radar sites, that weakening couplet in there. And so with that weakening a bit, we're going to focus our energy on the tightening couplet that you see moving through Petal right now. And again, you can see this on every radar site that we have, where that red meets that green, folks.
All Petal.
Right on top of Petal, where that red meets that green. And you get that wrapping there. That is where we are concerned. Looks like we just got some new radar data in here too. Hold on a second, Patrick. Let me pull that up for you.
Head of viewer asked, what part of Petal should you be taking cover of? And I would say the entire city of Petal should be taking cover right now. It is still south of the Evelyn Gandy, but it is moving northeast into the city of Petal right now.
Yeah, and so as we zoom back out here, you can still pick up on some of the roads in here. Again, moving northeast at 35 to 40 miles an hour. Patrick, go ahead and take it away there.
So right here is, as you're heading out, this is old Brickton Road. You have the red lights here. Getting out to the Walmart, which sits right about here. So that's, the Walmart, the Chili's, everything in Petal, eastern Petal, is right there on 42. So the rotation right in here on Corneth and near Cartersville and Corneth Road, all of that is moving off to the north and east. So if I was in any of those locations in Petal, I would take cover now. So once again, this is coming towards where the Walmart is in Petal. So, that's a pretty big landmark. So if you know where that is, then I would be taking cover now. Also, the entire city of Petal should be taking cover. The rotation somewhere is going to be in this area right here, so we are watching it closely.
Looks like we just got some new data here from...
Some new data. This is from the Mobile site.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like the rotation now is just to the south and east of Petal. It looks like it's kind of trending a little bit further east. But I would still, if you're in Petal over around the Walmart, I would stay in your safe place for maybe the next 5 minutes. There's no shame in staying safe. There's no shame in that game. So we are watching it very closely. But it is appearing to now be moving a little more east of northeast than it was, I would say, about 5 to 10 minutes ago.
And again, like we always talk around here, when things are strengthening, they have a tendency to right turn. When the things are weakening or losing a little bit of strength, they have a tendency to lean a little more left. So it looks like now they're adding a severe thunderstorm warning probably downstream of this, I think is what we just got.
Green, Perry, Wayne.
Okay, yeah. And so downstream of these, we ended up with a severe thunderstorm warning. So the National Weather Service, as we zoom back off to the north here, continuing a severe thunderstorm warning for north extreme, folks, extreme northeastern Jones County, parts of Wayne County, and parts of Clark County. And it looks like maybe they just re-upped on the tornado.
They did tornado warning forced until 5:15.
They said they were continuing
possible tornado located over Sunrise or near Petal, moving northeast at 35.
Okay.
So that's good news that we haven't got a confirmation of this tornado, but I don't think anybody would be like, really wish that tornado would have touched down, because that's not what you want. That's good news that we haven't had that confirmation of damage or anything like that. But Petal, just stay in your safe place for the next 5 minutes, just for the next 5 minutes, and then you'll be allowed to get out of there as the storm moves off towards the east.
Centimeter Macedonia at 4:45.
Okay. Thank you. So we've got, zoom in here a little bit closer for you guys. Right along Highway 42, if you're off to the west to Sunrise Road, Macedonia is what they were just saying, the National Weather Service, that is where our couplet is. And again, this is moving off east-northeast at about 30 to 40 miles an hour, right down 42, right down the Everland Gandy. So if you are, if you're out ahead of this, again, please, I urge you to get to your safe place. We'll go ahead and put a cone on this and give you an idea of where it's headed and how fast it is going. I'm going to include Richton in this in case it decides to continue to strengthen. But you folks in Runnelstown at 5:03, in Ovette at 5:29, Richton at 5:37. So please. Okay. So
hey,
Ryan,
Nick.
Yes.
I know we've been talking a lot about the stuff going on in the northern part of the area, but we got a couple of viewers who are asking what's going on in Pearl River County around Poplarville. Okay. So let's go down there just real fast just to talk about what's going on there. We still have that strong rotation. It came out of Louisiana, and it has actually moved off towards the east. So it looks like the strongest part will be just to the east of the McNeil area. So that'll be approaching I-59 in south central Pearl River County. And actually, looks like there's another new rotation area east outside of that warning box, just to the south of Savannah, coming up on State Road 53, right in that area. So that is very concerning as well.
Looks like we've got, we're canceling tornado watches back in behind this big line.
Yeah, they're canceling a lot.
Okay. So we're gonna bring it back off to the north. I would argue that it looks like things may be loosening up just barely, if anything, in parts of eastern Forest County. We'll have to see if the National Weather Service in Mobile decides to continue the tornado warning. I know they just issued the severe thunderstorm warning. Rex, do you know if they gave the tornado possible tag in there?
For Mobile?
For Mobile and parts of...
I don't believe they gave a tornado possible tag, no. But hold on, something else is just coming in now.
Tornado warning for Pearl River County. So it is that rotation that we were just talking about. There it is, right there. So south of Savannah, coming up on State Road 53, I believe. It's right on top of it. Yeah. Really it's kind of in a rural area. No cities are popping up on Gibson Ridge. But south of Poplarville and north of the Sellers area. So... eventually this will be coming towards Smithtown, so we'll be watching that very closely as well. But that is that's probably the tightest couplet we've seen all day long today. So if you are in eastern Pearl River County, take cover immediately.
I've been knocked off the Weather Service chat. I'm trying to join all three again. Hold on, just one second.
Okay. Looks like we may have just got an update on. Looks like they've dropped the tornado warning in parts of Jones County, so that is good news. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for parts of Wayne County. It also continues off to the south toward Perry and Greene County, and we're still with the tornado warning. We'll zoom back in here and get you guys reset in parts of eastern Forest County. I'm going to run this back and then forward again to see if we can't pull some of the latest data. Looks like we're getting some data fade in there. We'll switch it around and come from Mobile, and you can see that the couplet here, I'll point it out with the arrow, is now just off to the north of 42, just about the county line between Forest and Perry County there, and about 4 or 5 miles or so, 3 to 4 or 5 miles off to the west of the intersection of 42 and 29. And again, this is moving northeast at 35 to 40 miles an hour, folks. So if you're out ahead of this...
I would say that's right there at Runnelstown. So we're waiting to see what the Weather Service is going to do.
They've issued a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible, Clark, Jasper, Jones, until 5:30.
Okay, so that's up here, and that is the new box that's just been issued here to wrap around and to line up with what the Weather Service out of Mobile is going with. They're working with similar wording there. But we'll get back to the tornado warning here in eastern Forest County. And again, the couplet just about right there, just north of 42. and moving off northeast at 30 to 40 miles an hour. I'm going to zoom out here, and I'll get you guys a storm track on here. And
tornado warning.
And again, we're talking about Runnelstown, Ovette, Mulberry, and Hollis Creek from 4:57, 5:22, 5:52, and 6 o'clock. And again, this tornado warning is in effect for just a couple more minutes here.
Flash flood warning now for Jones County.
Yeah, to 6:45.
Okay. And again, the rotation for Jones County is weakening. They went with a severe thunderstorm with tornado possible tag. And that's for folks asking on Facebook. And again, things look to be tightening back up. Now, this is the radar out of Mobile, so it's hitting things kind of high up in the atmosphere. But if you look a little closer to the ground, things aren't quite as tight in here and quite as bright. Just off to the east of Sandersville, working their way into extreme southern Jasper County and out toward Clark County, northern, extreme northwestern Wayne County out here. So Jasper, Clark, Wayne, Jones. Just off extreme northeastern Jones County, moving northeast at 35 to 40 miles an hour, like the rest of these storms that are out cruising around out here. And I'm going to sag back off to the south and see if we can't get some of the newest radar data in here.
It appears the Weather Service is, this is going into Perry County. That's operated by the Mobile office.
Yeah, you got to switch over to Mobile.
So they are saying that they're going to go with a severe thunderstorm warning right now, as they are saying the couplet is sort of weaker, but they are watching it very closely. But they
Jackson just canceled the tornado warning for Forest County.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll reset here because there are no tornado warnings necessarily left in our viewing area. I know we've got the one down off to the south. Let's check in on this before I relax coverage here. I want to make sure that everybody's covered and everybody's taken care of. Let's switch over to the sweeping radar look from...
It appears over the last 5 to 10 minutes we may have had a tornado touchdown just west of State Road 53, seeing a tiny debris signature on radar about 10 minutes ago. It's not present anymore, but it was a very tight couplet just 5 to 10 minutes ago. And in fact, if you just scroll it back, and you can see, stop it right there, that area of the lighter where it's not red or maroon. You see that lighter where the greens and yellows are. That's the indicative of a tornadic debris signature on radar. So right here, this was about at 4:38. So possible tornado, but as you advance it further, as you advance it to current time, we're not seeing that anymore. So we may have had a brief touchdown there. So if you're in Pearl River County, in eastern Pearl River County,
actually a little damage is being reported 6 miles north of Picayune.
Okay, so that would be confirming what we just saw right there, where we did have a tornado debris signature on radar.
To a possible tornado.
So east of Savannah, I would be taking cover now. So treat this as a tornado on the ground. This is still a very strong signature. Take a look at that. You see where those greens and yellows are. Very tight rotation. It's very small. It's very tight. It's very strong. So treat it as if there is still a tornado on the ground. That is moving off towards the east at 30 to 40 miles an hour. So eventually that'll be coming over towards Silver Run. Let's see, Rogers Lakes. Eventually, in between Rogers Lake and Smithtown, we'll be having to watch that very closely because that'll be coming into Stone County. But it does appear we've had a tornado touchdown, at least briefly, over in eastern Pearl River County. Nick.
Okay, so I'm gonna reset here. This is, I guess, technically out of our area, and so we're gonna relax coverage. You folks in Stone County, please heads up. In Wiggins, just down the road, if you're living along 26 in Pearl River and Stone counties, please do take this very seriously. When this storm enters our area, if it is still tornado warned, we will of course be right back on the air. But we are here all afternoon to keep you guys safe. Before I get out of here, though, before I let you guys get back, I really want to take some time and kind of refresh and reset everything. That a severe thunderstorm warnings are what is in effect for that main line. Thomas, if we go full screen with this real quick. Or what's in effect the main line. There it is. We're still watching kinks in this main line spin up. Occasional tornadoes, and we will jump back on the air if need be. But that is the main line as it continues to push across the area. The only tornado warning is now south of our viewing area in southern Pearl River County if for whatever reason we need to get back on the air, we most certainly will, and we do thank you for trusting us with you and your family's safety.